Hi, this is Gene DiNapoli. Just want to let you know that your comments tonight might be shown on screen.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gene DiNapoli.
Hey everybody, happy Monday, August 23rd. It is episode 49 here of the Reminiscing with Gene DiNapoli show. And right now, a word from our sponsors.
Hi, this is Francisco. Many people call me the Creative CPA. If you need help with your taxes or financial matters, please email me your cell number and the best time and day to call you. You can email me at franciscisco@aol.com, and Cisco is spelled SISCO. The Creative CPA. It's that simple, that easy. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Howard, and along with my partner Karen, we are Cruise Planners Dream Destinations Travel. Contrary to the name, we are a full-service travel agency specializing in individual, multi-generational, and group vacations. Certified with all major cruise lines, we are also represent all resorts and all-inclusives throughout the beautiful Caribbean and Mexico. Let us build your dream vacation. Please call us at 347-398-8653 for a free, no-obligation quote.
Little Italy Auto Repair at 628 Crescent Avenue in the true Little Italy of the Bronx. Over 50 years of automotive service excellence, ASC and state certified, offering all types of services to all types of cars. Discounts to first responders, military, Fordham University students and faculty. All work is done by Victorio with the highest level of quality possible. Telephone number is 718-933-2365 or visit his website at www.littleitalyAutobronx.webs.com. That's Little Italy Auto Repair. Thank you to our sponsors. If you'd like to get a sponsorship opportunity, just send me a message. Go to my website, GeneDiNapoli.com, and send me an email. Next week's show, we got the first rockabilly guitar hero. This guy's list of credits is so long, it might be a 7-hour show. Charlie Gracie, who had such hits as Butterfly, Fabulous, and Cool Baby, is going to be our guest next week on Monday, August the 30th. We're so happy to have rockabilly's first guitar virtuoso, Charlie Gracie. Yes, thank you. And don't forget, we have a new shirt in stock to sell. If you'd like a shirt, it's $25 shipped to you. Send me a message. We'll tell you how to order it. Get your address, and you soon could be wearing a little Gene DiNapoli on your chest, because I know everybody wants to wear a little me on their chest. The other day, Saturday, was a very melancholy day for me. which turned into a very sad day. On Saturday, August 21st, it would have been my mom, Rose's birthday. There's one of the greatest pictures we ever took. I love you, Mom, and I always think of you. And as I woke up in the morning, I got hit with some very bad news. 2 weeks ago, I went to South Carolina to visit my father, Lou, and me and my wife met a lovely young lady named Missy. And Missy's been my father, Lou's pal for a few years now. They're beach buddies. And Missy actually got me up to sing in the local bar. And Missy wanted one of my shirts. Well, I was sending it out today. And unfortunately, Missy passed away between Friday and Saturday. So we want to wish Missy Godspeed, enjoy your wings. From what I know, you were a lovely young lady. And thank you for being friends and family to us. And then later on in the day, I got a very disturbing phone call. A friend of mine that I met at the restaurant Rigoletto's, he was a old school, young heart, young soul guy. He used to get up and sing with me, got COVID and didn't get to the hospital right away. And he passed away Saturday. We're talking about our good friend, Mr. Steve Murphy, also known as the Bronx King, right there. Steve, we hope you're not suffering anymore. And Ferragosto and Saturday nights will not be the same without you there, buddy. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're not preaching to you. If you don't want to get the vaccine, that is entirely your right. But please stay safe. And if you do get it, please go to the hospital and get professional medical attention. Because we feel had Steve gotten there in a good amount of time, he'd still be with us. So our show is dedicated to the memory of my mother, Missy, and Steve. God bless you, everybody. So I got a couple of shows I'm producing at the White Plains Performing Arts Center. First up, Saturday, September 17th, Songs in the Attic, the music of Billy Joel featuring David Clark. On Saturday, Miss Christine Ullman, also known as the Beehive Queen, with her band Rebel Montez and Tom the Suit Forced. She's the lead singer of the Saturday Night Live Band. She's a rockabilly queen. And on Sunday, from America's Got Talent, Sal the Voice Valentinetti with opening guest comedian Louise Lulu DeLucia. Go to www.wppac.com for tickets or call 914-328-1600. We only have a few VIP tickets left for Sal Valentinetti, so make sure you get them. And they're all on our website, and they're all on our Facebook page. And yes, also, Mr. Don Everly, one half of the Everly brothers, also gained his wings at the age of 84. So rock and roll heaven tonight is jamming, ladies and gentlemen. So, if you were listening to CBS FM, you would have to have lived under a rock to not heard songs like My Special Angel, Turn Around, Look at Me, and a host of others. But every Friday at 5 o'clock, they would play a song by our next guest. His group that he created with his other fellow band members, the Vogues, had an unprecedented string of hits. And he was the second tenor, and he is going to give us a little insight. So, ladies and gentlemen, by way of Pittsburgh and Turtle Creek, Pennsylvania, via telephone, say hello to our guest, Mr. Chuck Blasco. Hello, Chuck.
Hello, Gene. How are you today?
I'm good now that you're here. How are you? How's the weather in PA?
Well, I've been waiting for your phone call last week and set it up, and this is a lot of fun.
Well, good. How's the weather out there, Chuck?
Well, it's been humid and hot, a little bit of rain today, but I think tomorrow is supposed to be up in the 90s, so been pretty hot.
Okay, well, maybe the rain will bring the humidity down for you.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah, we do. So, Chuck, right off the bat, we want to tell everybody about the original lineup, which had Bill Burkett, Don Miller, Hugh Geyer, and yourself.
Yes.
Were you guys friends in high school?
Yeah, we all went to school together. couple of the guys were seniors, and two of the guys were juniors in high school. And my junior year, I was playing football, and two of the guys got drafted into the service. And when they came back up, we reformed. We always had a group, but in those days, it was strictly a cappella. We had no band. And we were in the studio in Pittsburgh doing a demo. And lo and behold, there was a producer there, Nick Sensi from Cohen C Records. And he was mixing Lou Christie. He heard our group, liked the group, didn't like the material we were doing. And he said, well, how would you guys like to record under Cohen C Records? We sat down, talked, went over the contracts and all that stuff. And we'd come up, or he'd come up, I should say, with the first national hit, You're the One.
Right. But before that, you guys recorded on the Willett label as a group called the Valaliers. Am I correct?
That's right. The Valaliers.
Right. How do you say it, Chuck? How do you say it?
Well, we were doing demo work there too. And we recorded a song called Which One Will It Be? And we went to New York, and we did an interview with the president of Cole Records.
Wow.
And they liked the song that we did, and they liked the vocals that we did. So they brought Which One Will It Be out on Cole Records. And little did I know, in the stable of Cole Records was Buddy Holly. We had no idea that he was on that label.
Well, sure he was. Sure he was. And now, Chuck, for our viewers and our listeners, we're going to play a little bit of your first release. Which one will it be? Anthony, hit it.
Dorothy Carol, Donnelly, which one will it be? Dorothy Carol, Donnelly, which one will it be? Which one will it be? Dorothy Carol, Donnelly, which one will it be? Which one will it be?
Wow. So which one was it, Chuck?
What's that, Gene?
Which one was it eventually? Donnelly or Beckton?
There was three, so I don't I don't know which one it was.
So who was doing the high falsetto in that?
That was Huey Geyer.
Huey Geyer.
Yeah.
So really, the Vogues didn't have a lead singer. You all did lead.
We had a lead singer at that point. Bill Burkett was a lead singer. Huey Geyer was a high tenor. I was second tenor, and Donnie was baritone bass. But after Which One Will It Be? Then we had You're the One, and 5 O'Clock Road, Magic Town, Land of Milk and Honey, which all had a lead on it. But we went from from Cohen C Records, that awful, what should I say, time that you have a down period without a hit record.
Right.
And we went on for about a year without, although we were busy, but not as busy as we wanted to be. And so from Cohen C Records, our label made a deal with Warner Brothers Reprise. And we went on Reprise. We went to New York with the staff producer, Dick Blasser. And we recorded 4 sides, I believe it was, 4 or 6. And none of them actually came out to be a hit. And Warner says they offered 2 more sides for us, 4 songs. And our producer, Dick Glasser, said, we have to come out to LA. He knows all the studio men, studio musicians, all the studios, the engineers. He felt more comfortable out there because he was from there. And so the Warner Brothers flew us out to LA, and the first song we did was Turn Around, Look at Me, which we were not getting any airplay on. But there was one station that believed, like we did, that was a hit record. It was Kim Radio in Denver, Colorado. They kept playing and playing and playing, and then New York picked up on it. Chicago WLS picked up on it, and then the rest was history. It was about a month and a half. It was a million seller.
Right. But before that, you wound up because of the DJ Porky Chadwick. Porky put you on a lot of rhythm and blues shows. Am I correct?
Oh yeah. When we were the Bel Airs, we used to work with Porky constantly. I mean, he believed in local acts, local vocal groups, and he'd put us on, or he'd put all of us on shows that, like the Drifters, the Coasters, Platters. We were on a lot of shows with big name groups at that point.
Right. You guys got along with everybody on those shows, right?
Oh yeah, that was just such a thrill to be with those guys. I mean, those guys had smashed records. The Platters. We used to go up a place called the Townhouse in Monroeville. It was a nightclub, and would sit there as a group and watch them perform, the Platters. And man, they were just phenomenal. And then we'd go to another place right down the street from there called the Holiday House. And you'd see the 4 Coins, the 4 Lads, and you visioned yourself on stage, but we didn't have the hit records like those guys did. But Porky was so, and Porky would take us to those places.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, he was just he was a dream come true. He just believed in all of us.
Yeah, we hear nothing but nice things about Porky.
Yeah,
That's
he was
great.
just a wonderful guy.
That's great. So then you wind up 1965 with one of your releases, winds up going to number 4 in the country, which started a string of hits. Probably my second favorite Vogue's song, You're the One. Anthony, hit it.
Never let us part. Ooh, never leave me, please don't.
What a great song.
Yes. As a matter of fact, there's a little story behind that also. That was on
please. Yeah, please.
Cohen C Records.
That was your what, Chucky?
That was on Cohen C Records.
Right.
And that was our first national hit. And Nick Sensi produced that on Cohen C. But we got that song off of a Petula Clark album.
Right.
And she had a hit with it in England. We had a hit with it here in the States. And Warner Brothers asked her, do you want us to bring out your version in States? And she says, by all means, no. I and Tony Hatch wrote that song. These guys got a hit with it, so leave it alone.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. That's class.
Yeah. And then as time went on, she was on Reprise Records. We were on Reprise Records. And we walked in, we got invited into the president, Mo Austin. his office, and who was sitting there talking to Mo was Petula Clark.
Wow.
Yeah, and she was here just about a year and a half ago at a place called the Palace Theater.
Okay.
In Williamsburg. And we're working there in this coming November with Gary Puckett and the Union Gap.
Wow.
Yeah, and I told the promoter, I says, I wish you would have asked us to come over and do You're the One, because Petula Clark wrote that, and he flipped. He says, man, I wish I would have known that would have happened.
Wow.
Wow. My group would have been with her. But he said he doubted very much whether she was going to do any more tours.
And this was when?
About a year and a half ago.
About a year and a half ago, right. I know she's going to be playing Mary Poppins in London for a while.
Uh-huh.
She's going to be doing that. But wasn't Frank Sinatra the owner of Reprise Records?
Yes.
Did you ever?
Well, I think it was actually. I think it was Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis. I think they all had a part in that. But Sinatra was the mainstay in that. He was on, of course, he was on the label.
Right.
Nancy Sinatra was on the label. Kenny Rogers in the first edition, Dean Martin, the Vogues, who else was on that label? Oh man, there was Jimi Hendrix.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you ever meet Sinatra when you were there?
No. We used to go out. I mean, we would spend a lot of time in a studio with Dick Blasser.
Right.
And we just really, coming from the small town of Turtle Creek,
right.
Los Angeles, and we were used to a 4-track studio or an 8-track studio. We went to Los Angeles and they had 24 tracks. Turn Around, Look at Me was 48-piece live orchestra when we did it.
Wow.
And who was on drums was the Wrecking Crew was there. That's who we used. It was Hal Blaine was on drums.
Right.
Carol Kane was on bass.
Right.
And who was on and actually was a co-writer but never got credit for it. But acoustical guitar was Glenn Campbell.
Right, who had the first hit with it.
Yeah, he was a co-writer on Turn Around, Look at Me, but never got credit for it. Now, that's what we understand. And when we did Glenn Campbell's TV show, I think it was called The Good Time Hour.
Right.
And he introduced us. He said, I'd like to introduce a group out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, who did a song, A Million Seller, that I was a co-writer on and never got credit. That's what he introduced us. He says, ladies and gentlemen, the Vogues.
Wow, you know what? Because we're talking about it, we're going to go a little bit out of chronological order. Here is the Vogues' number 7 hit, co-written by Glenn Campbell, one of the all-time great songs, 48 live instruments, Turn Around, Look at Me.
There is someone watching your footsteps. Turn around, look at me. There is someone
You said there's 48 instruments in that?
48 instruments. And the studio was like a gymnasium. It was huge, Western Studios. And when we'd go out there, that's where we recorded in Western Studios all the time, right off the Sunset Strip. And it's just, like I said, we come from a small town, Turtle Creek, right about 13 miles from Pittsburgh. And we were used to an 8-track studio, little studio.
Right.
And it was just awe to us. But after a while, we got used to it, and it was just exciting. I mean, that era of music had so many different twists and turns to it. You had the Beatles, you had the Rolling Stones, you had, of course, the Vogues with our sound. But it was accepted. Everybody was listening to everything and buying everything. It was a great era of music.
Absolutely. Did you write any of the songs? Did the Vogues write any of their own material?
No, as a matter of fact, we got, after we went with Warner's and did what we did with the records, Warner Brothers, we went with William Morris agency.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, our principal agent was Dick Fox, and Warner Brothers would take care of more or less the TV work. Well, when we were in Los Angeles, we did nothing but record and do TV work. We did like the Sullivan, well, that was New York, Sullivan Show. We did Red Skelton Show, The Tonight Show with Carson. I mean, it was just nonstop. We were in the studio doing TV work or out doing concerts. It got to the point where we had to get our own planes to fly in.
Wow.
We had 2 twin-engine Cessnas, 8-seaters, and would fly to the dates. And we were doing college concerts at that point. But we did, oh boy, I think it was 270-some one-nighters out of 1 year. That's a lot of work. And without when we were in concerts, we were in LA doing either recording new albums or
Right.
doing TV work.
Right. And of course, you did American Bandstand.
Oh yeah, absolutely, several times. That's we did in Philadelphia. Then we did do it in Los Angeles. Oh no, we did did a show out of Las Vegas, and we were on that.
Wow, that's a lot of TV.
As a matter of fact, we did so much TV work. Red Skelton, we did his show maybe 2 or 3 times a year.
Wow.
Yes, he wanted us to move to Los Angeles and be regulars every week on his TV show. But we couldn't. We had to turn it down. But he loved us.
That's a good guy to have in your corner.
Oh my God, yes. And he was, and believe me, he was funny. I mean, that guy. But you know what? The bigger these stars were that we met, we were all in awe when we did. Like we did a show in University of Maryland, and it was a fundraiser for the Olympic team, and it was with Bob Hope. And I mean, you couldn't get a nicer guy than him.
Right.
It just, I mean, the bigger they were, the nicer they were.
That's what I hear. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing, and we were in awe of all this. You know, we were still coming through. I guess I don't know how you'd say it or what you'd say, but I mean, it was just amazing. The people we met and the kindness and goodness of the stars that they were.
That's nice to know, because you hear so many horror stories from other people that it's nice to know it might be the person and not the other celebrities. It might just be that one interaction.
Yes, they I mean, it was just they made you feel at home. They made you feel comfortable. It was amazing.
Well, that's wonderful, Chuck. Before I got you on the air, I mentioned that every Friday when I was growing up in the 70s and 80s, CBS FM would play your song at 5 o'clock to start the weekend off. So I want to talk about that after we play a little bit of your second number 4 song, your top 5 song, 5 o'clock world. Anthony, hit it.
But in the 5 o'clock world, when the whistle blows, no one owns a piece of my time. And there's a 5 o'clock for me inside my clothes, thinking that the world looks fine. Yeah. Trading my time.
Wow. What a great song. It's a theme song for people that work Monday through Friday.
Yes, absolutely. It was written. The background tracks were done in Nashville, Tennessee, and they flew them up. A fellow by the name of Tony Moon produced the tracks, and they flew the tracks up to Pittsburgh, and we put the vocals on in Pittsburgh. What a great song. Of course, 5 o'clock world was in that. Magic Town was in that group, and the Land of Milk and Honey.
Wow.
Yeah, all 3 of those songs were sent up from Nashville, and it was just as soon as we did 5 o'clock world, we felt that that's going to make some noise.
Really?
We know that it would get as big as it did, but a lot of people really felt that song because it was work related. People get up every morning, go to work, and come home after work, and that told the whole story of the working man.
It really did. And I think that they should adopt it once again at 5 o'clock on Fridays.
Yeah. Yep. Friday at 5 o'clock, your weekend started. And, of course, Pittsburgh weekend started with after work stopping at the bar and having a shot and a beer and then going home.
Right. They should do 5 o'clock world and Friday on My Mind back to back is what they should do.
Yes.
Chuck, I got to tell you something. My mother's one of her favorite singers was Tommy Edwards. And I never thought I would hear a version of any song that Tommy did that I'm impressed with or that has become a new favorite. You had a top 50 hit, which, I keep telling the artist, top 50 in a world where there were hundreds of songs a week released is still great. Still great to have a top 50 record. And you had a top 50 record, number 48, with one of the greatest Tommy Edwards songs ever, Please Mr. Sun. Anthony, hit it, Please Mr. Sun.
Oh, yeah.
Whisper to her, Mr. Ware. Sing to her, Mr. Robin. And Mrs. Moonlight.
Chuck, how did you pick the songs to record?
What's that?
How did you guys pick what songs you wanted to record? Because you picked some, Powwow, you picked Petula Clark, you picked Tommy Edwards. How did you pick these songs to redo?
Well, along with our producer, Dick Glasser, we kind of would go into Los Angeles, would spend, the first week there, would go over material. And it was kind of everybody's feeling that, yeah, this is going to fit our sound, our style of music.
When
And
you, yeah,
it it worked out. Everybody had an input on what it would sound like, how it would sound. What even do a cappella with, say, like Please Mr. Sun would do it at our producer's house. He'd play the guitar and would do it vocally, and if we get into it, that's how things work. We all had a part in picking.
well, you wound up working great vocally and working great as a collective unit picking the hits. But when you first started out with the Vogues and you wound up on these shows, only you had one or two hits. What other type of material were you singing on these shows to fill up the airtime?
Well, we did an awful lot of acapella stuff.
Okay.
And in those days, you recorded or you went into the studio doing demos, and you bring it out and you do it on a local dance show, like Clark Grace, KDKA Radio. Yeah, he had a Saturday local regional dance show. And Channel 4 had one too. Everybody was kind of like trying to get into the market of what Dick Clark was doing. But these shows locally, regionally, they were big shows. It just came about. That's how we did it. We pantomimed a lot of the stuff.
Right. But I noticed, when you started, people were getting more into rock and roll and guys were playing their own instruments. You were a bona fide vocal group. You were like the Mills Brothers, the Four Aces, the Four Freshmen. You were really going to be known as a vocalizing group.
Yes, we grew up with, like I said, we would go to the holiday house or the townhouse, would listen to the Platters, would watch them and listen to them, and then would go down the holiday house, which was right down the road from the townhouse, and would watch the Four Lads or the Four Coins, and we did an awful lot of harmonies based on the Four Freshmen.
Wow. Right.
Yeah, and our harmonies, even in high school, they were based on that half note change or quarter note change. It was all Four Freshmen type harmonies. Even when we do other songs, would add their type of harmony to our vocals.
Were you guys schooled musicians and vocals, or did you learn as you went?
We learned as we went. Now, Bill was a schooled vocalist.
Okay.
But the rest of us, we were a group out of high school, not out of high school, still in high school, doing record hops with Art Palin, Clark Grace, Porky Chedwick. But it was strictly a cappella. And that's what Porky really liked about us too. Our vocals were so strong and nice harmonies to listen to.
So you got on-the-job training is what you got.
Yes.
Which sometimes is the best training.
Well, this is my 56th year in business.
Yes,
Yeah.
and a great 56 years. Let me ask you, being that you were from the Pittsburgh area, Steel Town, were you friends with Jimmy and the Skyliners?
Oh, Jimmy Beaumont and the Skyline, very, very close friends of mine. Of course, we lost Jimmy. Jimmy passed away.
Yeah.
But the group, the Skyliners, Donna Groom, they are still going. And Jimmy's wife, I think Jimmy's wife or the two girls are kind of behind the new Skyliners.
Right.
And I haven't heard them yet, but I understand they're really good.
Yes, from what I heard over here in New York, they are a quality act, reminiscent of the Skyliner sound. Of course, nobody could take Jimmy Beaumont's place, but nobody tries to take their place because you cannot replace somebody like that. But they just want to keep the memories going. While I was listening to your catalog, one of the songs I cannot believe was not a hit was Lovers of the World Unite. And I think for 1967, this was a great song. So for our listeners and viewers out there, Chuck, we're going to play a little bit of what I believe should have been a hit. Anthony, Lovers of the World Unite. Hit it.
Lovers of the world unite. You alone know what is right. People all should feel this way. Needing someone every day. Keep the fire of dreamers bright. Lovers of the world unite.
That is so Beach Boyish.
Well, that particular, if I'm not mistaken, that was a hit record in England.
Is that a fact?
Now, I could be wrong, but somebody had told me that was a hit record in England. They liked it. They felt the same thing you did, too. We, at that point, we wasn't aware of that, but I was told that it was a hit in England.
I wouldn't put that past anybody. I'm trying to look it up now, but of course I won't be able to find it in time. Released in 1970. Yeah, that made some moves up there. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good song. It's a great song.
It really is. It really is. And you know what, Chuck? We like to play little clips of songs so that people could go into your catalog and listen to these different songs and know that the Vogues were not just 5 O'Clock World, You're the One, all the big hits. You really were more than just those songs.
Well, that's a great compliment, I think, because it does show and tell what the Vogues were really about. We were just mentally really stuck on vocals and picking good songs that we felt were good anyway. That the general public, the public would like and would be around for a long time.
Well, they are around for a long time. The Turnaround Look at Me has been a hit, I think, 10 times between everybody from Glenn Campbell to you guys to didn't Conway Twitty have a version? I made the country charts. Yeah, just so many different. Of course, your song from Petula Clark was a great song for her, a great song for you. I know that you had a little success with the old standard Till. It was a top 30. Some great songs. Absolutely.
Yeah, they like Till we did in our nightclub act, and then finally when we went to Los Angeles, we were doing a album out there with Dick, and we said we got a great song in our show. Maybe we should put it on the album. And it was Till, and he loved it. He loved our vocals on it, and he did. We did an album cut of it, and they pulled it off the album. I think it hit the 100 charts.
It might have made some noise down under. I'm not having too much luck. Well, Till made top 30 in the adult contemporary charts, and in Australia, it hit number 5.
Yes, Australia played the Vogues quite a bit.
Yeah,
that was a big country for us as far as records go.
have you been down there to tour?
No, we haven't toured. We never did. And I think we could have gone, but we were so busy with our
Wow.
college concerts, we couldn't do it.
So you never went out of the States to perform?
Well, we were in Singapore. Never went to England. We were in. William Morris had us set up with a tour in, well, I guess you'd say a tour in England, but we could not meet our schedules. We were so busy with college concerts,
Wow.
and TV work, and recording. That was all the time we had to do.
Wow. Talk about, even with your own planes, you couldn't get there.
No.
Once again, Chuck, I never thought I would have heard a song that where it eclipsed the original. One of the greatest songs ever written, that I always do in my show, and I always DJ when I play it, is an old Bobby Helms song called My Special Angel. And you guys, on reprise, you took it once again to number 7. Seems to be a lucky number for you. So,
Well, when we did that, we as soon as we came out of the studio, our producer and us, the Vogues, said, "Man, that really come out nice. That's got to be a hit record." And here it was. We were right.
it was a hit record, went to number 1 on the adult contemporary charts, number 7 in the US, and in your favorite country of Australia, hit number 36. Anthony, give us a little bit of the Vogue's version of My Special Angel. Tell us about that song.
What was that?
Tell us. Now, you said Turn Around, Look at Me had 48 instruments. How many instruments on My Special Angel? Because that sounds...
Same amount. We had 48-piece orchestra on Special Angel till You're the One. I mean, Turn Around, Look at Me. Ernie Freeman was the arranger, and of course Dick Glasser was the producer. And we had a string section was 8, 4, and 4, and Dick Glasser used to well, we all did. We all loved the string section. Well, the rhythm section too, but the string section, he'd always say, "Hey, I think we could get that a little better," and then do it again. But he put it on separate tracks.
Wow.
So 8, 4, and 4 became 16, 8, and 8 at the end of the day.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, it was fun. I mean, we had 8, 4, and 4 as far as string section. We had timpani section, 2 harp players, full brass section. The wrecking crew was on board. As a matter of fact, Hal Blaine in Turn Around, Look at Me, he was in the studio tuning his drums, the timbales. And it was tuning those drums, and our Dick Glasser, our producer, said, "Hey, I like that sound. Let's start the whole song off with it." So he did, and that's when that's how we came up with it.
Wow. That all
Yeah.
because of Hal Blaine.
Yeah, that's Hal Blaine. We wouldn't do a session without the wrecking crew.
Well, I mean, when you could have the best, why not use the best?
Yeah, we told Glasser, "Hey, we come out, want the wrecking crew in with the orchestra, and lo and behold, they were on the session.
That's great. We have a comment here we want you to hear, Chuck, because I don't know if you could read the screen. They definitely took Special Angel to a whole new level of sound. I think that's a great compliment.
Well, we all like the string sound. I know that if you go on chuckblasco.com,
Yeah.
you hit music, that we did a show, this is maybe about 8 years ago, with Gary Puckett and the Union Gap, who we're going to be doing this coming November. But I use a 28-piece orchestra. And on my website, if you hit music, that 28-piece orchestra is there.
Wow.
Yeah. And I love the strings. I mean, they're just phenomenal.
Chuck, we would be remiss if we didn't give you ample time to talk about an injustice that has been done to you. I don't want to bring it up, but I have to bring it up because it does need to be addressed. We had a comment just now. Are there two groups of the Vogues? There are not two groups of the Vogues. There is one Vogue left, and he is on the show with us tonight, Mr. Chuck Blasco. There is another group out there who have the title and the paperwork. Chuck, would you like to comment as kindly as you can on that?
Well, yeah, it's a trademark situation, and we got along with an awful lot of groups that got their names taken from them through management, through record companies, through a lot of different angles that they lost out. Yeah, they had to hit records, the original guys, but there's another group out there singing them. And they had nothing at all to do with the hit records or the name, the success of the name. And I should add the hard work. Right.
Well, that goes without saying. Now, chuckblasco.com is where people could find your appearance schedule. As far as I know, between conversation between me and you are only doing your show in certain regions of the state of Pennsylvania. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's it. Yes. I got about 14 counties in Western Pennsylvania that I can use the name.
Can you go out as Chuck Blasco, just Chuck Blasco?
Sure, I can go out as Chuck, and I've done it. Chuck Blasco in the 5 o'clock World Reunion.
And the what reunion?
5 o'clock World.
5 o'clock World Reunion. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you see that name on a poster, Chuck Blasco in the 5 o'clock World Reunion Band, that is the original member of the hit-making group, the Vogues. It's a shame that we can't support you here in New York, Chuck, but know that we do listen to your music still, and we wish you all the best of luck, and hopefully maybe one day it'll turn around. We don't know, but we had to bring it up because it's funny when you have a group out there that's doing songs that are 65 years old and the people in the group are 65.
Yes.
It's a little weird.
What's that? I'm sorry, Gene.
It's a little weird.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's kind of disheartening when I think about it, and although I look back at what I've done with my career, and I have nothing to be ashamed of, or nothing to, what should I say?
Regret.
regret is right. I've been blessed with a wonderful career for 56 years. And I've been blessed all around. I have a wonderful family. I have two children, two grandchildren. That's all I can say is that I've been blessed. And when we were doing what we were doing and traveling the country and that's something you never forget. We're the original Vogues are the ones that built the name. We're the ones that went to Los Angeles and worked with all the big stars, the Tonight Carson, the Ed Sullivan Show, Mike Douglas Show. We did all that, But anybody out there today that is performing and saying, if they say it, that's to me is not right. I don't think I could do that.
Right. It takes a certain person to do things and say things. But you know what, Chuck? When all is said and done, in 100 years, when everybody else is gone, the music and the videos and the TV kinescopes will feature the 4 members of the original Vogues. Now, I know you guys got inducted into the Vocal Group Hall of Fame in 2001.
Yes.
That was a great honor. And I believe all 4 members were together.
Yes. Yeah, we did it with Mary Wilson of the Supremes,
Right.
Tony Patella of the Letterman. Actually, the original Letterman were there. There's another group that we used to go down to Holiday House and see those guys. But that's when we had Turn Around, Look at Me, too. So that we became pretty good friends. And
Right.
Tony, I believe Tony retired, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken. I think he has another guy taking his place at this point.
Right. Now, I know that Bill and Don have passed along. They've passed away. Is you still with us?
Yes, Huey's still here in Pittsburgh, and of course I am too. But Don just passed away about a year ago. He had lived in Florida and got COVID.
Oh, what a shame. Very sorry to hear that. What's the chance of you and Huey reuniting at a show?
Well, we did for a while. Then Huey had some vocal problems and hearing problems also. So he kind of dropped out again. I had to replace.
Wow.
But the two guys that I have now have been with me. Actually, they've been with me, the 2 guys have been with me now for about 18 years. And I added the 4th, which was Huey, and then he started having the hearing problems, and he dropped back out. So it's back down to 3 now.
Okay.
But I've been, ever since Bill had left the group, I kept it at 3.
Gotcha.
3 guys. We just rearranged all the vocals. We took out the baritone bass and just kept everybody on tenor, first tenor, and lead.
Right. That's great. We're going to play one more clip, Chuck. And like I said before, it's very rare that a remake comes close to the original. This song that you did in '69 went to top 50 and number 7 on the adult contemporary. It is the Vogue's version of the great classic Earth Angel. Anthony, hit it. Chuck, I got to tell you, I have a newfound appreciation for the Vogues. And I want to thank you for being my guest tonight. I think our listeners and our viewers learned a little bit more than what they might have known about before they tuned in. We want to let everybody know that chuckblasco.com is up, has all the information about Chuck's upcoming appearances and the history of the Vogues, as well as some great tracks. Chuck, any parting words?
Well, it was a real pleasure doing your show. Thank you for having me. And everybody, please stay safe.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as we do every week, let's give this gentleman, Chuck Blasco, the Vogues, a big round of applause. Thank you, Chuck. God bless you and stay safe.
Thank you. God bless you too. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely learned something tonight. I learned that great harmonies last forever. And now, once again, a word from our sponsors.
Hi, this is Francisco. Many people call me the creative CPA. If you need help with your taxes or financial matters, please email me your cell number and the best time and day to call you. You can email me at franciscisco@aol.com, and Cisco is spelled SISCO. The Creative CPA. It's that simple, that easy. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Howard, and along with my partner Karen, we are Cruise Planners Dream Destinations Travel. Contrary to the name, we are a full-service travel agency specializing in individual, multi-generational, and group vacations. Certified with all major cruise lines, we are also represent all resorts and all-inclusives throughout the beautiful Caribbean and Mexico. Let us build your dream vacation. Please call us at 347-398-8653 for a free, no-obligation quote.
Little Italy Auto Repair at 628 Crescent Avenue in the true Little Italy of the Bronx. Over 50 years of automotive service excellence, ASC and state certified, offering all types of services to all types of cars. Discounts to first responders, military, Fordham University students and faculty. All work is done by Victorio with the highest level of quality possible. Telephone number is 718-933-2365 or visit his website at www.littleitalyAutobronx.webs.com. That's Little Italy Auto Repair. Thank you to our sponsors once again. Don't forget, if you want a Gene DiNapoli t-shirt, message me and we'll tell you how to get one. You can send it through Facebook, or you go to my website, GeneDiNapoli.com, and send me an email through there. Also, next week's guest, the original rockabilly guitar hero. Paul McCartney looks up to this guy. Charlie Gracie is going to be with us next Monday, August 30th, 8 o'clock. Can't wait. So, listen, even Elvis covered one of his songs in concert. There's my social media handles, everybody. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Gene DiNapoli, GeneDiNapoli.com. Don't forget our shows we are now producing at the White Plains Performing Arts Center in White Plains, New York. David Clark's Songs in the Attic, the music of Billy Joel, September 17th. Christine Ullman and Tom the Suit Forced, September 18th. And Sal the Voice Valentinetti from America's Got Talent with guest comedian Lulu DeLucia, Sunday, September 19th. Order your tickets at www.wppac.com. I had a brain freeze there. Until next week, everybody, God bless you. Stay safe, stay well, stay positive, and God bless America. Peace out.